What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar here with C-Zar Gets Crypto, home of the smallest YouTube channel that you're ever going to watch. We're very proud of that here. Hopefully we can keep it going, but we've got 21 subscribers now, and if people keep subscribing, man, I can't hold that smallest YouTube channel title for long. So, I mean, don't subscribe. No, please do, though. Anyways, we're going to talk about ADA today. ADA, USD. And we're going to look at the Binance, calculated by Binance chart. Delete some things. Okay, so looking at ADA, it's clear that we're in a downtrend, just like the rest of the markets, right? We've been generating lower highs and lower lows. We don't have a whole lot of significant volume coming in. This is calculated by TradingView. There's other charts that we could use to measure it, ADA, USD, on Coinbase. Still lackluster volume. There's a little bit of volume that came here on this last low, but here we are going lower without really that much volume. ADA, USDT on Binance, still lackluster volume. ADA, USD, Bitfinex, lackluster volume. There's a little bit, but nothing compared to what we saw in the rally days. ADA, USD, Kraken, lackluster volume. It's just lackluster across the boards. Again, I'm going to use the calculated by TradingView Binance chart because it's got the most history. We're going over Cardano. We're going to see where we could potentially bottom, and it might be scary, so buckle up. What is that?
It's a baby's first solid food. It's dissolving.
She looks like she likes it.
It dissolves.
Anyways, I got a little baby, guys, and she's just trying some dissolvable food right now, apparently. It's banana flavored. Who doesn't love bananas? Satan. Nazis. I'm just kidding. Maybe. I don't know. I've never seen a Nazi eat a banana. Anyways, if we were to measure from the top here, let's just randomly go from the top to the bottom. The first all-time high to the first all-time low. She might have been choking there a little bit. We didn't quite get to the 1272. This doesn't really look to me like a super significant measurement, so I'm not going to use it. We're not going to use it. Maybe in fact what we should use is this peak here. This is the peak, the last descent that sent us on to our rally. Okay, there we go. We see a little bit more significance. We found resistance at the 2618, broke above it a little bit, find some support around the 2272. We look to have found resistance at the 1618, broke above it, almost had support here at the 1618, but we have broken below it. The next level, traditionally, after breaking the 1618, whenever you see relevance, and it looks to me pretty relevant, honestly, is the 1272. And the 1272, just so you know, is all the way down at 19 cents, 19.6 cents for Cardano. Could it stop there? Potentially, because not only is it the 1272, but it's also a line that we've seen resistance on once, twice, a little bit of support on a closing basis here, 3 times, and then 4 times. We've seen resistance. Could we come down and test this line as support? Maybe. There's further things that might indicate this. I love pulling this up, and I know that nobody else does this. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm onto something. Who knows? But if you take a range, if we were before this rally here, right? If we took this range from the top all the way down to the bottom, right? And really, I guess, maybe not to the bottom, but to like the closing bottom. Because those were just wicks. Those are extreme times of fear. Maybe we shouldn't count those. If we take this range, where does that line fall? It falls directly in the middle of it, like almost directly in the middle of it. You guys know how I feel about the 50%, man, about going in the middle of things. It's a pretty significant area of level of resistance or support to find. We've seen it time and time again. I've showed it multiple times on my channel. You can go back and look at other videos where I've done the same metric. Normally, whenever you have a range, if you take the kind of like central point to that range, for some reason it has significance, and maybe there's not some reason at all. Maybe it's very obvious that it's just there. We can do another, let's see, another little example. Let's say we took this range here, right? Because there's the bottom, there's the top, and I don't know. Let's just say we put a line right there in the middle. Right there, literally in the middle, we got resistance there. We've got support a little bit, resistance. It's kind of crazy, right? It's not so crazy, but yeah. Anyways, there's you know, it happens. It happens is all I'm trying to say. So what I'm really trying to say is we broke out of this range, right? We were establishing this whole range, whatever. We broke out of it. We set on to new all-time highs. Incredible run all the way from, I mean, shit, less than 2 cents, 1.7 cents, went all the way up to $3.16. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. We formed a new range up here, and you know, we might come back and test resistance levels up here eventually, but right now it looks like we're aiming down. And if we're aiming down, we should look for areas of support. And as I started the video by saying, I was saying that we have the 1272 potentially right there, right? The 1272 is that yellow line. It's also the middle of this past range that we broke out of. It's also the middle of this whole like kind of beginning price action for Cardano. And you know, I actually wonder if that is the middle. Let's just see. If we took from the top to the bottom here, it's a little bit above the middle, I guess. Oh, but we didn't do the bottom, did we? We did it by like this closing period. And wow, literally at the 50 line as well. Literally in the middle. Literally in the fucking middle of this range. On a closing basis, literally in the middle of this range. There's a lot pointing to this level, I think. Let's use the VPVR fixed volume range profile. Let's just see what that looks like. Looks ridiculous. Doesn't really say much. I don't know. Maybe we can start it from over here. Yeah, it doesn't really give us much of anything. There's a lot of volume down there. Okay, so we're not going to use that tool. That's okay though. Let's so we've measured things from the beginning here. We've shown why this line might be significant. Why 19.4 cents, right around 20 cents, might be significant. 20 is a nice round number, psychologically speaking. I mean, we're at 20K with Bitcoin. A lot of people flip out about that. 20 cents for Cardano might be a good area to look at. Let's see if there's any other fibs or anything else that lines up with that. We're going to take the low point here and measure the top point here. And wouldn't you know it, the 2272 is directly on this yellow line as well. The next line actually that I have on this extension list is from the 1618 is the 2272. Just like how the 1272 is significant, we found resistance, we might come down and find support on this line. And this is literally measuring from the last lowest point to the last highest point we had, which sent us on this bear trend. It took us all the way down. I mean, it's literally right at that yellow line there. 19.1 instead of 19.4, whatever. Close is close. Can't deny it. Let's see if there's something else here. This last low point that we had, which we broke through last week, to the last high point, the 2272 is still kind of close to the yellow line. There's a lot pointing to this area. We don't have any volume coming in yet. This move has been happening and it's been sustained and continued. It's very well structured. It's not sporadic. It's a very well structured downtrend. You know, this is kind of more sporadic as it comes down, but I mean, ultimately, we had nice volume coming in throughout this whole kind of bottoming range, and we might still get that, but we haven't gotten to the bottoming range yet. I don't think we have. You know, maybe if we keep moving sideways, but the fact that we on Cardano have lower weekly closes coming in again and again, we've made lower highs, lower lows. There's no evidence in the charts yet to suggest that we found a bottom. And in my opinion, for whatever that's not worth, there's a lot pointing to this 19.4 area. So that's all I'm going to say for Cardano. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to keep this video a little shorter than most of my videos. I'm not bullish on Cardano until we at least get around. I mean, honestly, let me just see here real quick. I mean, if we can hold 26.8, if we can hold this 1618, maybe that'll be hope. You know, if we can hold, let's measure from the all-time low. I am going to use the all-time low, and I'm going to measure the all-time high, and we can change it. We'll go from the all-time low, and then I'll use the closing low too. The all-time low, you're in the 0.5 area, around 23 cents. Okay, so right that 1618 was right at 26 cents, 26.8. We got the 50% level of this range coming in at the 23 cent range. We have a lot of indicators, a lot of fib indicators showing us around the 19 cent range. I don't know, you know, maybe around 25 to 20 cents will be the bottom for Cardano. Maybe we close around 23 to 25 cents, but we wick down to this yellow line. Maybe we go lower than that. Who really knows? The 618 is a very classic golden. I mean, it's the golden retracement. It's a very classic level to achieve and hit. Let's just measure it from a closing basis. Let's see what that gives us. 618 right there on the closing basis is actually very close to this yellow line. Again, we could close at it and wick just below it. You know, something like that could happen. We could wick just below it, which would also be at these closing levels here. I mean, and then at these closing levels over here, it's entirely possible. So I'm going to say that. We're going to say that for the lows for Cardano, we can expect anywhere. I mean, the absolute low, who really knows? But I think that we're going to go somewhere around 20 cents, give or take 5 cents. So giving would be 25 cents, taking would be 15 cents. I doubt that we actually go below the 618. It's hard to say. But Cardano, this move here, you see how dramatic it moved up and how structured it is on its, how methodic it is on its way down. This is not a pump and dump. Although, I mean, yes, it pumped and yes, it's dumping. This is not just some rug pull selling the event. Cardano's here to stay, at least for the next cycle. It's been around for a while, you know, compared to most cryptos. It's been around at least since 2016. And compared to most cryptos, that's actually an accomplishment. It's been validated, it's been proven, you know, it definitely works, and it's got a big fan basing backing it up. You know, this kind of selling is totally healthy in my opinion. It's maintained, it's structured, it's within this kind of channel going down, and maybe if we just kind of were to draw a line, I don't know, let's just see. Oh, not that line. We don't want that line. If we were to draw a line, put it kind of like right in the center here to get like a medium line, we could go all the way until January of next year, maybe late January, before we find the bottom on Cardano. It could happen earlier. We could wick down and then like bottom out around there. You know, it could totally happen. But I would say, I mean, anywhere from November to January is when we're going to see the bottom for Cardano. It's probably going to be going down a lot still. There's not a whole lot of exciting things happening with it. I mean, the biggest pump that Cardano has had this whole time going down was 34% in a week, which is nice, but I mean, it's not that impressive in crypto. You know, we go to Ethereum USD, one of the top coins, one of the all-time top coins. Its biggest pump was quite literally, I mean, 94%, almost 100%. And sure, that wasn't in 1 week, but let's see. I mean, I guess I said 1 week for Cardano. So let's just see actually from the bottom to the top. 79%. It's pretty weak. I mean, it's good. I'd be happy with those gains, but it's nothing special. 66%. It's very weak, guys. It's got very weak movements to the upside. There's not a whole lot of interest. You can tell because of the lack of volume. Sure, we get some peaks in volume here above the average. That's what this histogram is. The green is the average. It's averaged out by 10. So it's an average of 10. It's a very short-term average, but it's just been getting lower and lower and lower, and we are not seeing anything above average. We're actually seeing just lower volume coming in. So until we get to a place where the price is going to look a little bit more interesting to people, which seems to be maybe around this kind of area here, we're not going to see that volume come in. And until we see that volume come in, I think we're just going to keep dropping. Basically been on repeat for the last 10 minutes, so I'm going to leave it at that. Cardano to 20 cents, give or take 5 cents, y'all. I'm going to stick with 20 cents maybe being the closing price, around 20 cents, 19 cents. And then with the potential to wick at the lowest of like 15 to 16 cents, maybe 16 and a half cents, where that 618 was. We take that bottom there, or it wasn't the bottom, was it? It was the closing. It was the closing. The lowest close. Yeah, 16.6 cents. Maybe we go as low as that. But I'd be very surprised if we went much lower at the current rate, at least. Because this does look structured. It does look like a healthy kind of retracement. Cycles boom and bust. It's just how it is. That's all I got. Hope everybody has a good day. Like and subscribe, please, and thank you. I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.